Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about retirement planning and specifically expenses. So when you're planning for retirement, what should you put in for expenses? How should you put them in there? What they should be? So there was actually a JP Morgan study done, so one of the largest, to kind of look at how people spend money in retirement and kind of how it continues through retirement. So they kind of broke it into three different stages. The go-go stage is the first third. So that's right when someone retires. They usually don't drop in lifestyle much. They usually may transfer some of that transportation budget to more entertainment travel. So really we don't see expenses drop that much at first. And then there's the slow go stage. Start getting older, start doing less maybe travel, less clothing purchases, going out, entertainment, those things. And the last stage is the no-go stage, which, 85 plus, where most people at that point are not traveling, and less entertainment, more staying home. So what we usually see is throughout retirement, your expenses actually start to decline on at least a current dollar value. So they don't generally keep going up, specifically with inflation, because lifestyle does change as you age. Now, these are average statistics, so not everyone's going to be average. There's going to be people that spend less, that spend more, but it does give us an idea on a broad scope. So everyone needs to look at their expenses individually and make sure that it's appropriate. So one of the pieces that we want to talk about is healthcare. So healthcare expenses have a wide range depending on the individual. So what you'll have sometimes is maybe military that have TRICARE, which their healthcare expenses are generally a lot lower, because of the premiums and kind of copays and doctor visits that are included in that. Then you have state, federal governments that, maybe a little higher than that military, but also kind of lower than general because they'll be able to stay on their current pooled healthcare, and it kind of helps lower those premiums as well. But overall, an individual is going to be $5,000 to $6,000 a year, and a couple is going to be about $10,000 to $12,000 a year in kind of cost. So that's what we usually start off with. Now, everyone's going to have different drug prescriptions that they have to take, so some of those are going to be cheaper than others. So really making sure you look at, where do I spend my healthcare dollars? How much is it going to cost in here? And making sure that you put that specific number for you that's appropriate into that retirement plan. The other one that we always want to account for are vehicles, cars. So even when people retire, let's say they retire at 65, your average individual keeps their car about 11 years and gets a new one. So this is a very large expense, especially lately. Car purchases, prices have really skyrocketed. So we need to make sure we're using that right figure. So like right now, the average, just average new car is close to about $45,000. So we need to make sure if that's a big distribution that we need to take out of the portfolio, that that's accounted for. Now again, that's average. Everyone's different. Some people like driving nicer, larger SUVs. You're going to be closer to 70, 80,000. Some people, nope, I'm fine with a Honda Civic base model. Okay, you can get lower into the 20s. So again, knowing what you like to spend, we can put that into a retirement plan and make sure those expenses are in appropriately. The other big one that we want to model is going to be home maintenance. So this is a large one. So usually about 1% of a cost of a home. So if your house is worth $500,000, we usually want to put a $5,000 annual budget in there to make sure we're modeling out those expenses that you need to just keep into a home just to have it upkeep and keep its value. Because that is an equity side on that balance sheet that we want to keep in order to make that overall plan. Because in emergencies, or even depending on if we want to use it as an income stream, we can tap into that equity for that home. So again, if you have that 1% cost of kind of home improvements and maintenance, it doesn't mean it's going to be $5,000 every year. You know, it's going to be, okay, a couple hundred some years. Okay, the HVAC system goes out, there's $15,000. New roof, okay, there's $25,000. So those will change, but we do want to model something in there to make sure it's being appropriately taken into account on your expenses. So overall, these are some of the expenses that we see people really miss in retirement plan. So we just wanted to make sure everyone's aware of them and are accounting for them to make sure the plan is the most appropriate overall and has the highest chance of actual in reality success. Back to school is starting up again, so for all those parents, take care, and if you can, someone else as well. Thanks.
Back to school time. Hit like and subscribe.